Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and this is Ship Updates. Now, right off the bat, there's been a lot of images and a lot of pictures coming out in regards to Zeon Scout lately. I mean, of course, a while ago we got these images, and there were even more images in the vault section of what's the RSI website. If you're a subscriber, you can see those images, and every once in a while I try to like let a little subscriber vault image sneak out on the show, but I try to be careful with it because I don't want to get in trouble for it. But I do try to sneak these things out. But there has been a lot of art coming out in regards to the Zeon Scout lately. Now, of course, you'll know that the Zeon Scout was one of those ships that finally got its big push up, along with in fact, along with the Caterpillar and along with the Banu Merchantman, when towards the end of the summer, when they said no, these ships are going up. Of course, the Zeon Scout has been moving forward ever since steadily, and the Caterpillar as well, which is now in the hands of Gurmuk, and the Banu Merchantman has yet to start, but is going to start very soon as a priority. But anyways, there have been a lot of Zeon Scout images that have appeared since that happened. I mean, they've been trickling up for a while, but now they're really starting to come out. And the latest images appeared on Twitter thanks to Sandy Gardner, which were this image here and this second larger image of a close-up of the Zeon Scout. And of course, it was in the quote on Twitter was Chris Smith putting the final touches on the Zeon Scout, or the finishing touches rather, sorry, the finishing touches. So, hangar ready? I mean, that would be awesome if this ship were finally hangar ready. What would be even more awesome is if it were flyable. Now, I want to say flyable because I want to fly it. It's one of those ships that I really, really want to fly. And I mean, obviously the Vanguard, just kind of like, boom. I mean, we saw it. We were able to see it in the hangar. What was it? End of November, beginning of December was when we were first seeing it in the hangar. And then it got like an entire revision. And then boom, it was flyable. Now, of course, there's no way the revision happened that quickly and so much was done. And chances are the model that we were seeing in the hangar of the Vanguard originally was a much earlier model of the Vanguard. And it was just a placeholder to more or less kind of get it in there so that people could see it, waiting for, the UK to put enough finishing touches on the actual Vanguard to then swap that model with the model that we already had, and then we'd see, oh, here it is, and all this detail work has been filled in. But I have a feeling that the Zeon Scout is going to be a real stunner. It's going to I really think that this is going to be one of those ships that is just going to be just an amazing ship to fly, and an amazing ship in appearance as well once we get our hands on it. And of course, first step of that hopefully is going to be very, very soon. Now, we are supposed to be getting an update on 2.2 next week, and now that is an update on the patch, and that's not to say that we're supposed to get the patch next week, but hopefully Zeon Scout is in there. Who knows? Maybe flyable Saber as well. I mean, if that happened, I mean, that would just be an absolute perfect storm. And I've got Rex saved up, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to test. I'm ready to fit some different weapons on there and go absolutely nuts. So I've got a few ideas on how the Zeon Scout might be fitted. Some pretty deadly fittings, and I can't wait to get out and do a little shooting and give it a try. Now, in regards to the Redeemer. Now, the Redeemer is further down the line, Ben was saying today. It is not a priority right now. It'll probably begin production later this year, but no date or not even like an indication of what time of year that would happen. But yeah, like they said, the ship is just not a priority at this time. There were also people asking about the Prowler, and those questions were definitely avoided on today's RTV. But a question that was actually taken was the new Corvette. And apparently, the new Corvette is going to going to the concept artist next week. So that is something to be excited about. Also, someone asked the question, and I was a little bit shocked that they answered it, but someone specifically said, will it be a limited sale? And they said, we haven't made our decision yet. So, guys, get out there and make your voices heard. If you're looking for the new Corvette and you don't want to play the capital ship lottery, and I'm not someone who was, I'm not one of those people who kind of gambled everything on a Javelin or an Idris buy, in December. And I have my own feelings about that, but like the thing of it is that these capital ship limited sales are the one thing that absolutely irks me about Star Citizen. I know it's just like it seems like such a shitty thing that if someone is actually going to that length to get something, and I mean like friggin' Javelin, $2,500. That's a $2,500 pledge to get your hands on a destroyer. If you're willing to go to those lengths, I mean, let's be honest, $2,500. If you're willing to go to those lengths to get a ship like that, I think it should be within reach. I think it should be reasonably within reach. But then again, I guess if it was out there and a lot of people had them, then a lot of people might feel the pressure to do that as well. And other people would say pay to win and yada yada yada. Of course, a lot of these people don't realize that the Javelin actually comes stripped of all armament, and you have to kind of go out and piece all that stuff out. So that's one thing to think about, especially if you have someone in your org who has a Javelin. People are probably gonna have to do like a little bit of a joint effort to get that thing equipped, which is kind of why I did that video a while ago where I was like, yeah, why don't you just, if it's possible, why not just hold on and steal a ship off of the Van Duel? But anyways, the new Corvette. The new Corvette is going out for concept next week. Now, I've got some ideas on the new Corvette. I'm going to be talking about them on the Piracy Show on Monday. Going to look at a few ideas, because if you look at what people want the new Corvette for, they want it for all sorts of different things. Some people want this, some people want that. I'm going to be talking about that on Monday and providing, what I feel would be a reasonable solution to the Corvette situation that I think would satisfy most of the buyers out there. But I do hold strongly on the point that I think it should not be a limited sale. That a capital combat ship of this nature, considering the closed off availability of the Idris and the closed off availability of, even more so, the Javelin, I feel that the Corvette should be an open sale. And but I will go into all that on Monday much further. Now, speaking of large ships, the Endeavor. The Endeavor is not a priority right now. Ben was saying on Reverse the Verse, so it's pretty much all the way at the back of the line. I mean, he said he would like to push it up, but the thing of it is obviously there's going to be a lot of the things that the Endeavor does, or a lot of systems that are just not in game yet. So there really isn't a justification yet to prioritize the ship. Of course, the Endeavor is a huge ship, right? So you got to think that's going to take a lot of resources to get done, a lot of time, and it's not really guaranteed to be all that productive right now. So hopefully in the in the near future we'll hear more about it, but for right now, unfortunately, the Endeavor is at the back of the line. Also, people were asking about the Herald. Jake Ross mentioned the Herald as a ship that he was looking forward to fly in the PU once the game goes live. And some people were asking about the Herald and looking for Herald updates, but unfortunately there were none to be had. And I was one of the people asking for a Herald update. I thought for sure we would see something along those lines, hopefully, but the Herald's still lingering in limbo. Now, there is some good news in the Drake lineup of ships, however, though this is going to be highly speculative on my part, because there was a hint that was dropped in Reverse the Verse today, and they were talking about having had a meeting this week in regards to the Drake Caterpillar. Now, of course, the Drake Caterpillar, as you'll know because of the recent updates we've gotten, is in the hands of Gurmukh Basin, who is designing the modules that can be fit on the Caterpillar. And what they were talking about in this meeting, apparently, according to Ben, was how many of a certain type of ship can you fit in a Caterpillar. So, one of the problems that we know that they've had with the Caterpillar, and a while ago they were talking about on Reverse the Verse, was the fact that they had kind of seen that, going back a little bit further, Randy Vasquez and Disco Lando had done a video together, a ship updates video, or not a ship updates, I do those. They had done a ship shape video where they were talking about the Caterpillar, and one of the things is they had a mechanism for boarding where it would kind of catapult the pirates across to the target vessel. Now, what was going on with that was they had realized a little bit later that that probably wasn't the best mechanism to use for boarding. So they were kind of, I guess, exploring other options. Now, I always thought that they were going to kind of go with the little, like, magnetic grapple gun. Like, if you remember in Empire Strikes Back, at the beginning of the Battle of Hoth, when Luke is running under the AT-AT Walker and he fires off that, like, tow cable, that magnetic tow cable, and he just kind of hooks it to his belt and zips up. That's kind of what I figured, like, a ship-to-ship boarding would be if you're EVAing out to board another ship, because that way it wouldn't be able to really kind of shake you loose, right? That's what I would assume they would go for, something like along those lines. But, you know, when they're talking about how many ships can you fit inside of a Drake Caterpillar, the ship that immediately comes to mind for me is the Drake Dragonfly. Because, I mean, that's something that you could use to kind of EVA across to another ship, right? Especially, you know, if you're trying to run cargo back and forth, maybe. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm wondering what's going to go on. Now, I can't really see them turning the Caterpillar into some kind of, like, mini carrier, but who knows? Maybe they're talking about a module, like a specific hangar module designed around a specific ship that maybe they're concepting as well, like, I don't know, the Pirate Interceptor? Who knows? I mean, it could be that too. So the Caterpillar is definitely looking more and more exciting, and I'm really interested to see where they go with this ship in the future. It is looking like a much more exciting ship than it sounded last year when this time last year when they were saying on Reverse the Verse, oh yeah, we forgot about that ship. So Drake Caterpillar, definitely some exciting days ahead for owners of that ship. So unfortunately, as far as ship updates goes, that was pretty much it. We don't have an update on the Vanguard HUD yet, so that is still up in the air. We don't know. Like I said, next week we're supposed to get a update for 2.2. Hangar Flare, which was released, I believe today, was the Mustang Beta model for those of you that are a subscriber, and I believe the next one is going to be the Zeon Space Plant, they were saying today on Reverse the Verse. And also, if you are watching this video on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you might want to check the store on the RSI website, because apparently Ben was saying they were going to do like a 50% off the Grey Cat PTVs. So if you still have your 10,000 UEC and you haven't spent it, that Chris gave out, I think, back in October. If you still have that, obviously the Grey Cat PTV, 15,000 UEC normally, 50%, 7,500. So if you still have that 10,000, you'll be able to get, hopefully, a Grey Cat PTV this weekend for just 7,500 UEC, and that all depends on, you know, they actually remember to put the Grey Cat PTV on sale this weekend, which sometimes they forget, but we'll see. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this week. Hopefully next week with an update on 2.2, we'll have a lot more to talk about and a lot more to get excited about in this upcoming patch. Hopefully some big news on the front of the Saber and on the front of the Zeon Scout, and hopefully we'll also find out that once again the Herald is in motion, because that is a ship that I'm also very much looking forward to. And that is just about it. So like I said, Monday, Piracy Show, going to be talking about the new Corvette, and that just about wraps it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Quantum travel initiated.